many of you guys enjoy internet memes? How many of you guys like to use websites such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like that? See, just about everybody. What I'm going to talk about today is something that has the potential to destroy all of these things, and that thing is Article 13. I'm going to be covering what Article 13 is, how it works, what it means, how it affects everybody in here, and what we can do about it. Alright, starting off with what Article 13 is. Article 13 is a proposed European Union directive. It's designed to limit how copyrighted material is shared on the internet, and that source is from wired.co.uk. Copyright is defined by our American Copyright.gov as an exclusive legal right given to an originator or an assignee to print, publish, perform, film, record literary, artistic, musical material, and authorize others to do the same. What this directive would do would make online platforms such as YouTube and Facebook liable for copyright infringements of independent individuals uploading content. And under current legislation, they're not held liable by the actions of independent users, they just have to take the content down. Moving on to how it works. Online platforms in America and the EU operate based on essentially a fair use policy. EU's policy is a lot different than ours. They're a lot more strict, and it's actually called something different, which I'll cover here. America's fair use policy, what regulates the ability to use copyrighted material is you can use criticism and review, news reporting, educational use, commentary, research, and a whole bunch of other things that aren't listed. The legislation was written in the 80s, and it's super loose, and it was designed that way so that things that would come along further down the line, like memes and YouTube and stuff, are covered under it. And the EU doesn't have a fair use policy. They have what's called permitted use, which is just what it sounds like. You're permitted or authorized to do something, and it's far more strict. Like I covered, we have a whole bunch of things that fall under fair use. For their permitted use, they only have 4 things that you can use, and it's parody, quotation, private copy, and classroom use. And furthermore, on these already limited 4 things, the 4 things that are super strict themselves. For an example, to parody a musical song, you can only parody the exact lyrics of a song. So you can't parody what the song's about or say the music video. It has to be just of the lyrics itself. And moving on to what it means. On October 22nd, the YouTube CEO published a blog post warning about the impact of this directive. She said, Article 13, as written, threatens to shut down the ability of millions of people, from creators like you to everyday users like us, to upload content to platforms like YouTube. And if implemented as proposed, Article 13 threatens the hundreds of thousands of jobs, European creators, businesses, artists, and everybody that they employ. She's probably a little bit biased because their company stands to lose a ton of money if this directive is implemented. But Tim Berners-Lee, who is named as the inventor of the internet, he came out publicly this year against this proposed directive, saying that it's not good for the internet. What this essentially all means is that, like I said, all major platforms are now held liable for independent users' actions, which means that major companies, music companies, movies companies, they can sue the businesses of YouTube and other big companies. And what that means is now that they're able to sue those companies, from a business financial standpoint, what these companies are going to do is they can't have individual users upload anymore. Say, for example, you're the owner of YouTube or CEO. You got Bob in Wyoming, you upload something that's copyright infringement. Time Warner comes over and sues YouTube for $20 million. From a business standpoint, you can't have Bob uploading stuff anymore. And what this does is makes only major companies can now upload to social media platforms, gaining complete monopoly on that sort of media. And how does this affect us? So you might be thinking that we're Americans, European laws don't apply to us, it's not really going to affect me, but that can be further from the truth, because if this directive does pass, one of two things will happen. First would be the European Union would essentially have, for lack of a better term, become a internet bubble, as they can't share things with us or the rest of the world, and we can't share, or the rest of the world share things with them, because everybody is not abiding by the same laws. It'll be two separate laws. And the second, and the most likely to occur, because it occurs in businesses all the time, is that the major companies such as YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, they're going to pander to the lowest common denominator, which will be the European Union. So the European Union laws will be set across worldwide. And what that means is that the memes will be illegal because it will be copyright infringement. And YouTube content creators will only be able to upload 100% original content, which means no music samplings, no movie clips, no pictures. Basically, anything that they made by themselves is the only thing that they can put on the internet, a hand-drawn picture. And what to do about it? It doesn't matter if you're a casual meme browser or if you're a dedicated subscriber to a YouTube content creator. This will affect everybody here, and it's going to affect everybody soon. According to wire.co.uk, they explained that Parliament furthered the proposal for this directive September 12th of this year, and it's scheduled to be passed by the end of the year. And something needs to be done about this, or the internet as we know it will never be the same. So what I'm calling upon you guys to do is just raise awareness on the subject. Something is adding hashtag save the memes or hashtag Article 13, adding that to your Facebook or Twitter can make all the difference in the world. Each and every one of you have the power to save the memes, so please save the memes. Thank you. Okay.